Why there is so much hungama about FCRA Amendment Bill 2026? Why the whole world is up in arms and so generously wants to donate money to the NGOs in India? Obviously, the answer in the public view is that the BJP government wants to control conversions of Hindus. BJP and RSS have found a way to counter conversions long back. So they are not much bothered about conversions. Therefore, it's not about conversions, it's about the ecosystem. I will elaborate about this ecosystem in a minute. But before that, let's clear a few facts out of the way. The first FCRA was enacted in 1976 by the illegitimate government of Mrs. Indira Gandhi. During the emergency, when Parliament was in its extended period, the 1976 FCRA was brought in. Furthermore, a comprehensive FCRA was also brought in during the UPA government in its second term in 2010. Therefore, it's not fair to blame the BJP government for the FCRA or amendment thereto. In any case, this hangama is not about conversion, as I said. Conversion is a very tiny factor. There is a lot that do not meet the eye. Let's take a deep dive and find out what's the real reason. The most important term in the whole discussion is the registered organization, because only the registered organizations under FCRA are allowed to accept foreign donations for very specific and disclosed purposes, which can only be education, healthcare and social welfare, relief work, scientific and environmental research. Now here is a twist: faith-based welfare. So the maintenance of places of worship and religious education is allowed, but what is not allowed is conversion or proselytization through inducement or threat. Here is the twist. The issue arises out of these official objectives. If any registered organization do not uses foreign donations for the stated objective, the registration can be cancelled under Section 14, and assets created out of foreign contribution will go to the specified authority under Section 15. So this is the position under FCRA 2010. No change done by the BJP government. The 2026 bill do not alter the position of 2010. It only builds on the foundation already laid in FCRA 2010. So what really 2026 bill do? The 2026 bill only expands on three aspects. It sets up a designated authority. What Section 15 says specified authority, now it names that authority as designated authority for taking over assets of non-compliant organizations. It makes elaborate provisions for orderly taking over of those assets and also provide recourse to the aggrieved organizations. All this is set out in new sections to be added as Section 16A to 16L. It makes the functionaries of the concerned non-compliant organizations responsible for violations committed by the organization. Again, there is nothing new. In all the legislations, including the Companies Act, the directors and the key managerial persons are responsible if any non-compliant or a wrongdoing is committed by the company, because the company is an artificial person. Similarly, here the NGO is an artificial person. The man behind or the women behind the organization is responsible if any non-compliance is committed by the organization. Nothing earth-shattering. Therefore, there is nothing drastically new or earth-shattering in the FCRA Bill 2026. Then why there is so much hangama? Whether government is hiding something or those who are opposing the amendments wants to divert the attention. That we will find out now. See, converting Hindus to Christianity or Islam is just one of the many objects of foreign powers and foreign donations in India. Conversion of a person from majority religion to a minority religion cannot be done without having an explicitly supporting ecosystem. As I said at the beginning, it's all about the ecosystem. And now I will elaborate what is the issue. Confused? Let me explain. See, what do you need in order to indulge and achieve conversion from a majority faith to your own faith? Particularly when you are a small minority, it means you will have a pushback from the majority community. So what do you need? A favorable regime. I mean the government. Even if not favorable, certainly the one which is indifferent to your activities. Favorable narrative. It has two parts. Good narrative about your own faith, like Christianity and Islam, and bad narrative for the faith you want to target, i.e. Hindus here. Now you understand why Hindus are shown in negative or poor light and minorities are depicted with positive tilt in the Bollywood movies. Through this ecosystem, foreign donors try to achieve twin objectives. Strengthen their religion in India. In a long term, here the long term is really long, 50 to 100 years or maybe more. So it's a really long-term planning. Create an ecosystem of collaborators out of Hindus who are knowingly or unknowingly indifferent towards threat to India's sovereignty or the Hindu faith. You know Digvijay Singh? Now let's note down who are the stakeholders as far as the ecosystem for successful conversion is concerned. See, let's understand this ecosystem as a thali. See, the core meal is roti and one dal. But in order to enjoy your dinner, say at a restaurant, you also need raita, you need chutney, you need achar, you need some cocktail or mocktail, and at the end of it, you need dessert, and to start the meal, you need soup. So all these things are ecosystem to enjoy your dal roti. Now, if you split the bill, your expense on the core dal roti, maybe say out of 1,000 rupee bill, it would be not more than say 200, 300. And the rest of the 700 would be on this ecosystem, the peripherals. So that's the importance of the ecosystem. Okay, now who are the stakeholders in this ecosystem which facilitate conversion? First of all, politicians who either support your cause or at least look the other way. Entertainment industry, social media these days, educational institutions, starting from the primary school to medical colleges, and the so-called intellectuals in the universities. Remember JNU, St. Stephen's College? Now you would understand why there is a sudden surge against the BJP, RSS and nationalist view whenever there is even a small spark. Because there is a standby army of these well-wishers of the Western powers, China and Pakistan. And the money needed to nurture them cannot be brought in as official purpose. So here the conversion is just the dal roti and the rest of it is the ecosystem. And out of the donations brought in the country, maximum money is spent on the ecosystem, not on the conversion. Therefore, the foreign money comes for some official purpose, but actually spent on something else. बॉलीवुड का फेमस गाना है ना, कहीं पर निगाहें कहीं पर निशाना. तो ये जो फॉरेन डोनर्स हैं, विदेशी दानदाता, इनका भी निशाना कुछ और है, लेकिन हमें दिखाने के लिए निगाहें कन्वर्जन पर अड़ा रखी हैं. तो सरकार भी बड़ी होशियार है. सरकार ने भी ये विदेशी दानदाताओं के निशाने पर निशाना लगाया है. उनको भी कन्वर्जन से इतना फर्क नहीं पड़ता. उनको जो इकोसिस्टम है, जो हमेशा भारत विरोधी काम करता है और भारत विरोधी एजिटेशन करता है, उस इकोसिस्टम को कंट्रोल करना है. और विदेशी दानदाता भी उस इकोसिस्टम को नर्चर करना चाहते हैं. तो दिस FCRA control is all about controlling the ecosystem, not about